Hey guys! Woo! This is Arkelle here, and for once it has not been a million years since I posted my last video. Yay for me! So before all of you guys in the comment section start typing, "Oh my god, I thought you were dead," well, guess what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you guys, but anyway, you guys are too funny. But yes, I am back with another drawing video, and of course this is the next installments in my monthly series of drawings that I am doing for this year of 2015. This is the drawing for the month of April, and of course if you guys do ever want to read a little bit about the story and symbolism and all that good stuff as far as this drawing is concerned, I will have a link to my DeviantArt page where it is posted and you can read all of that fun stuff if you want a giant text wall to read. But yes, anyway, so this video is a little bit shorter than some of my other ones, and partially that's because I actually lost a little bit of footage here and there, which really sucks, but especially at the end there was a few things that I kind of missed, but I still wanted to post a video anyway, even though it's a little bit shorter. But there's also another reason why it's a little bit shorter, and that actually sort of ties into the question that I want to ask you guys in this video. I do certainly love asking you guys questions and reading all your responses. I can't always respond to all of them, but I do read all of them, and it's always great to hear your guys' feedback and just like your little artistic idiosyncrasies, if you will. But anyway, yes, I do have a question for you guys, and it does tie into this drawing. In this particular drawing, you can probably already tell by now, but I took a little bit of a different approach that I usually don't do. If you guys can see, I actually colored the background, or all of the drawing, I guess, in a sort of grayish tone. It sort of like gradiates from a lighter gray to a darker gray, but I colored the entire paper all this sort of gray tone first. And you guys can probably actually see that I have a white colored pencil, which I'm actually going over on top of that gray and making highlights. Usually you guys probably know that, you guys probably do the same thing too, but usually when I draw, I start with a sort of blank white piece of paper, and then I gradually add colors on top of that, and I leave the white space as the extreme highlights to sort of, you know, like do the exact reverse of what I'm doing here. So it's a very different approach, and I thought it'd be interesting to go ahead and try. But also, in addition to that, in this particular drawing, I'm taking a very like minimalistic approach to coloring, as it were, and that sort of leads me into the question that I have for all of you. Usually I am a very sort of extravagant and detailed person when it comes to coloring. Even though I'm not, like, you know, a realistic artist per se, I do like to include a lot of realistic elements within my art and coloring, even if it is, of course, still in the realm of anime. I like to take a lot of, you know, like rules of realism and apply them to my coloring, and I'm a big fan of detail and all that kind of stuff. So that's me in particular, and when it comes to more minimalistic coloring, it is very difficult for me to do, actually. I don't really do much minimalistic coloring, as you guys probably know, and a big reason for that is because I find it very difficult, and I think the reason is that it almost feels like incomplete to me. Like, I have to sort of tell my brain that this is the idea you're going for, and that even though there's not a ton of contrast and a lot of different colors and a lot of detail, that it is still a finished product. For me, I never see it as that. Like, minimalistic coloring, for me, in my mind, always seems like it's unfinished. So it's always really difficult for me to work on, like, minimalistic drawings and minimalistic coloring. So my question for you guys, I guess, is what do you guys consider yourself when it comes to coloring? Do you guys consider yourselves to be minimalists, or are you the more detailed and extravagant type of colorer like I usually am? And hopefully you guys know what I mean by that. I will explain it more in detail in the comment section, or the little description box. I always get those confused. The little description box below. But hopefully you guys know what I mean. When you're a more minimalistic colorer, you usually have a lot less colors in your drawings and a lot less contrast, a lot less values. Everything has like a very soft, sort of like naturalistic tone to it in a lot of cases. But when you're a more detailed colorer, you tend to have a lot more vibrancy and a lot more colors. There's a lot of things to look at. Especially when you have a very simple line art, your coloring really brings it to life. Like, it's completely different. You might have a very simple line art, but when you go to color it, it's just super detailed and realistic and all that good stuff. So yeah, just tell me which type of colorer you guys consider yourselves as, and whether or not you think it's very difficult for you to do the other type of coloring. For me it is. It's very, very difficult to sort of get into that minimalistic mindset, but I know for other people it's easy to transition back and forth. But for me it's pretty difficult. So this drawing in particular was quite a bit of a challenge, I guess. If not for the actual like drawing and coloring itself, but for like having to compete against my mind and tell myself, Arkelle, put the pencils down, it's finished, you're gonna ruin your vision if you keep messing with it. So anyways, yes, again, if you guys didn't quite understand the question, I'm not very good at articulating a lot of times, but I will rewrite it in the description, so hopefully it will make more sense. But yes, I would love to know if you guys are like me or not, or if I'm just crazy and I just like to torture myself with super complex, detailed nonsense. Maybe everyone isn't like that. Maybe you guys are like, oh my god, I don't want to spend 10 hours coloring something. Nah, ain't nobody got time for that. Except Arkelle. But anyway guys, thank you so very much as always for watching. This is a little bit of a shorter video, but hopefully you guys will still enjoy. And of course look forward to next month's coloring series, monthly words. Sometimes I get them correct, sometimes I don't. Anyway. Yes, thank you guys so very much for watching, and again, if you do want to read more about this particular drawing, or see the full version, and all that good stuff, you can click the link for my DeviantArt below, and of course, if you guys ever want to keep in touch with me, to know that I'm not dead, I have a Twitter link in the description as well. So thank you guys so much, and